At the engagement party, my best friend Bianca publicly declared, "Serena, I am pregnant." The room instantly fell silent, with all eyes focused on me. I stared at her in a daze, unable to comprehend what had just occurred. Bianca, with reddened eyes and a trembling voice, said, "The child is Ethan's." A thunderclap exploded in my mind, and I mechanically turned to look at Ethan. He stood there expressionless, offering neither denial nor explanation, not even glancing in my direction. The guests began to whisper among themselves, their murmurs surging like a tide. The Shen family's daughter had her fiancé taken by her best friend? This is utterly melodramatic. TSK, the wealthy are indeed disordered. My face felt as though it had been harshly slapped, burning with pain. Bianca approached me, tears welling in her eyes, her voice quivering. "Serena, I'm sorry, I truly didn't mean it. That night, we both drank too much, and I don't know how it happened." As she spoke, she began to weep, her tearful visage resembling pear blossoms in the rain, eliciting pity from others. Meanwhile, I became the unrelenting villain in their eyes. "Enough." I took a deep breath, striving to keep my voice calm, and said, "The engagement is cancelled." With that, I removed the engagement ring from my finger and placed it gently on the table. The diamond sparkled under the lights, as radiant as my former aspirations for this relationship once were. Ethan finally spoke, "Serena, let's talk." I looked at him, this man I had loved for 5 years, who now seemed so unfamiliar to me. "There is nothing to discuss," I said. "I wish you happiness." The moment I turned away, tears finally broke free and streamed down my face. I heard Bianca's cries behind me, "Serena, don't be like this, we're still good sisters." Good sisters? Since when did betraying a best friend and taking her man become so justifiable? I walked out of the banquet hall without looking back, the crisp sound of my high heels on the marble floor echoing with each step, as if treading upon my heart. It was raining outside, and I had no umbrella. The rain quickly soaked my hair and dress. The cold rainwater mingled with my tears, and I could not discern which was saltier. My phone rang, it was my mother calling. "Serena, where are you? Come back quickly, we can discuss this matter further." Discuss? What was there left to discuss? My fiancé impregnated another woman, and that woman was my most trusted best friend. What was there to discuss about such a betrayal? "Mom, I'm not coming back," I said. "This marriage is off." "Serena, don't be willful. Bianca is already pregnant, do you want her to become an unwed mother? Besides, Ethan was just momentarily confused, and your relationship has such a strong foundation." I hung up the phone abruptly. A strong foundation? If our relationship truly had a strong foundation, how could he have slept with my best friend? The rain intensified, and as I stood in it, I felt as though the entire world was against me. At that moment, an umbrella suddenly appeared above my head, shielding me from the downpour. I looked up and saw Jason's concerned face. "Serena, what are you doing here?" His voice was gentle, just as it had been in our childhood. "Jason is my childhood friend, we grew up together. Later, he went abroad to study, and our contact diminished." "Brother Jason?" I could hardly believe it. "Why are you here?" "I just returned from abroad and heard you were getting engaged today, so I came to congratulate you," he said, removing his suit jacket and draping it over me. "I didn't expect to find you here." The warm jacket enveloped me, carrying his familiar scent. Unable to hold back any longer, I threw myself into his arms and sobbed. "Brother Jason, they betrayed me." Jason gently patted my back, his voice soft, "It's all right, it's all over now." The rain continued to fall, but I no longer felt cold, for at least one person in this world genuinely cared for me. Jason took me to a nearby cafe and ordered me a hot cocoa. "Drink something warm so you don't catch a cold," he said, his eyes filled with concern. I held the cup, feeling the warmth in my palms, and my emotions gradually settled. "Brother Jason, when did you return to the country? I asked. Last month, he replied. I originally wanted to surprise you, but when I heard you were getting engaged, I didn't reach out. Why didn't you contact me? I asked, puzzled. He smiled but didn't answer my question, instead asking, what are your plans now? I shook my head, I don't know. A 5-year relationship had ended abruptly, and I was at a loss for what to do next. Serena, do you remember the promise we made as children? Jason asked suddenly. I paused, then recalled that childish pact. As kids, Jason and I were on the swings in the backyard. He said he'd protect me forever, and I agreed. You still remember? I asked, surprised. I've always remembered, he said. Serena, if you're willing, I'd like to fulfill that promise. I looked at him, a wave of warmth rising in my heart. But reality quickly pulled me back. Brother Jason, I've just experienced betrayal and am not yet ready to start a new relationship, I said honestly. I understand, he nodded. I won't pressure you, I just want to stay by your side until you're ready. His words touched me deeply, yet they also intensified my sorrow. Why is it that the person who genuinely cares for me doesn't stir my heart, while the one who hurt me remains so hard to let go of? At that moment, my phone rang. It was Ethan. I glanced at it and hung up immediately, but he called again and again, persistently. Jason frowned. Do you want me to answer it? No, I said, turning off my phone. At that moment, I had no desire to hear Ethan's explanations, for nothing he said could alter the fact of his betrayal. Jason drove me back to the Shen residence, where my parents were waiting in the living room. Upon seeing me enter, my mother stood up immediately. Serena, you're finally back. Let's talk about this. There's nothing to talk about, I said. I won't marry someone who betrayed me. Serena, calm down, my father said. Ethan has called to apologize. He says he's willing to take responsibility and marry Bianca, but he hopes you can forgive him. Forgive? I sneered. Dad, he got another woman pregnant, and you still want me to forgive him? Serena, you must understand that men sometimes make such mistakes, my mother said. As long as he still loves you, these things aren't an issue. I looked at my parents in disbelief. In their eyes, my dignity and feelings were apparently of such little consequence. Mom, Dad, have you ever considered my feelings? I asked. Do you realize how humiliated I was at the engagement party today? Serena, of course we feel for you, my mother said. But you must consider reality, the cooperation between the Shen and Gu families. So I should sacrifice my happiness for the family's interests? I interrupted her. The living room fell silent. After a long pause, my father sighed. Serena, take a few days to calm down, and we'll discuss this again. I didn't respond and went straight upstairs to my room. My room still held photos of Ethan and me, smiling so happily, so sweetly. Now, they seemed to mock my naivety. I packed away all the photos, then lay on the bed, staring at the ceiling in a daze. Ethan, are we truly finished? With that thought, tears began to flow again. I thought I was strong enough, but when alone, all the grievances and sorrow overwhelmed me. I had loved him for 5 years, from our youthful school days to now. He was the most cherished memory of my youth. But now, those memories are tainted. My phone rang. I thought it was Ethan, but seeing Jason's name on the caller ID lifted my spirits slightly. Serena, are you okay? His voice was warm and concerned. I'm fine, I said, though my voice was choked. If you don't want to stay at home, you can come out for a walk, he said. I'm waiting downstairs. I went to the window and indeed saw his car parked below. Under the moonlight, he leaned against the car, looking up at my room. At that moment, I suddenly felt a sense of peace. I changed my clothes and went downstairs. Jason was already in the living room chatting with my parents. Seeing me come down, he stood up immediately. Where would you like to go? Anywhere, I said. As long as it's not home. Jason drove me to the seaside, a place we often visited as children. The beach at night was tranquil, with only the sound of waves crashing against the rocks. We sat side by side on the sand, gazing at the distant lights. Serena, do you remember the first time we came here? Jason asked. Yes, I said. Back then, I was bullied by classmates, and you brought me here. You were crying so hard back then, and I didn't know how to comfort you, he said with a smile. So I brought you to see the sea, saying it could wash away all your troubles. You were only 10 then, already so philosophical? I laughed too. I learned it from my grandfather, he said. He said life is like the sea, sometimes stormy, sometimes calm. The key is to learn to stay calm amid the storms. Looking at the sea before me, my mood indeed calmed considerably. Brother Jason, thank you, I said. Silly, no need to be polite with me, he replied. But Serena, I'd like to ask you a question. What question? Do you really love Ethan? He asked. The question stunned me. Do I love him? I suppose I do, or why else would I feel such pain? I don't know, I said honestly. Perhaps I only love the happy times we shared. And now? He pressed. Do you still love him? I remained silent for a long time, then shook my head, I don't know. Jason said nothing more, simply staying by my side quietly. The sea breeze blew, carrying a salty scent, and eased some of my inner turmoil. At that moment, my phone rang. It was Bianca. I glanced at it but didn't answer. Yet she called again and again relentlessly. Do you want to answer? Jason asked. I thought for a moment and finally picked up. Serena, I know you're angry with me, but I really have something to tell you. Bianca's voice came through the phone. Speak, I said coldly. Serena, you have to believe me, I really didn't mean it, she said. That night, we both drank too much, and I was in a daze. By the time I woke up, it had already. Then what? I interrupted her. Then you two naturally ended up together? No, Serena, we're not together, Bianca hurriedly explained. Ethan says he only loves you, he wants me to abort the child and marry you. I was stunned. He wants you to abort the child? Yes, Bianca's voice trembled. But Serena, I can't bear to part with this child. It's my only hope. What do you mean? I asked, confused. Serena, you don't know, the doctor says there's something wrong with my body. This might be my only child, Bianca said. I beg you, please let me keep it. I don't want status, just this child. My hand holding the phone began to tremble. If what Bianca said was true, then this child was her entire hope. How could I deprive a mother of that? Serena, I know you're a kind person, you wouldn't be so cruel, right? Bianca continued. We grew up together, I see you as my own sister. I don't want to lose you as a friend. I closed my eyes, feeling a headache coming on. Why had things become so complicated? I need time to think, I said. Serena, thank you, Bianca's voice was tearful. I knew you'd understand me. After hanging up, I sat on the beach in a daze. Jason didn't ask about the call, simply staying by my side in silence. Brother Jason, if it were you, what would you do? I asked. I would choose my own happiness, he said without hesitation. Serena, you're too kind, always thinking of others. But sometimes, you need to think of yourself. But she says this might be her only child. That's her choice, not your responsibility, Jason said. Serena, when she chose to sleep with your fiancé, did she consider your feelings? His words left me silent. Indeed, when she chose to betray me, did she consider my feelings? And now she expects me to bear the consequences of her choice? I suddenly felt exhausted, unwilling to dwell on these complicated matters any longer. Let's go back, I said. Jason nodded, stood up, and brushed the sand off himself. All right, I'll take you back. On the way back, I kept wondering why my life had become so complicated. The next morning, my mother woke me early. "Serena, Ethan is downstairs waiting for you," she said. "He says he has something important to discuss with you." I frowned. "I don't want to see him." "Serena, you can't keep avoiding this," my mother said, sitting on the edge of my bed. "You need to talk things out." I knew my mother was right, some things had to be faced. I quickly washed up, changed, and went downstairs. Ethan was in the living room and stood up as soon as he saw me. He looked haggard, his eyes bloodshot, as if he hadn't slept all night. "Serena, let's talk," he said. I nodded and followed him to the garden. The sunlight was bright, but my mood was heavy. "Serena, I'm sorry," Ethan began with an apology. "I know I hurt you, No need to apologize," I interrupted. "An apology changes nothing." "Serena, you have to believe me, I never intended to betray you," he said. "That night, we both drank too much, and I don't know how it happened." "Enough," I said. "Ethan, don't you think such an explanation is feeble?" He fell silent. "You told Bianca to abort the child?" I asked. He hesitated, then nodded. "Yes, I didn't want an accident to ruin our relationship." "An accident?" I sneered. "Sleeping with my best friend is just an accident to you?" "Serena, I really didn't mean it." "Ethan, shut up," I said. "I don't want to hear your explanations anymore." I turned to leave, but he suddenly grabbed my wrist. "Serena, you can't just leave me like this," he said. "We have 5 years of a relationship, do you really want to give it up over an accident?" I looked at the hand gripping my wrist, the hand that once made my heart race. "Let go of me," I said coldly. "I won't," he replied. "Not unless you forgive me." I forcefully pulled my hand free and stepped back. "Ethan, listen carefully," I said. "I will never forgive you, not because you slept with Bianca, but because you've made me lose the ability to love someone." His face turned pale instantly. "Serena, you don't mean that." "I do mean it," I said. "From today onward, we will have no relationship whatsoever. Take good care of Bianca and the child." With that, I walked back into the house without looking back. Ethan called my name from behind, but I didn't turn around. Back in my room, I leaned against the door, my heart racing. The words I had just spoken were so resolute that they surprised even me. Yet, after saying them, I felt a great sense of relief. Yes, I no longer wanted to be entangled. Some things, once broken, can never return to how they were. At that moment, there was a knock on the door. "Serena, it's me," Jason's voice came from outside. I opened the door and saw him holding a food box. "I brought you breakfast," he said. "You didn't eat much last night." I let him in and watched as he laid out the breakfast on the table: steamed buns, soy milk, pickles, all my favorites. "Brother Jason, how did you know I love these?" I asked. "I remember everything," he said. "Serena, eat something, no matter what happens, your health is the most important." Looking at this familiar food, my eyes moistened. How long had it been since someone prepared breakfast for me so thoughtfully? "Thank you," I said. "Silly," he said, patting my head. "Eat quickly, or it'll get cold and won't taste as good." I sat down to eat, and Jason sat across from me, watching. "Aren't you eating?" I asked. "I've already eaten," he said. "I'm content just watching you." His words warmed my heart. From childhood to now, he had always taken care of me, giving me the best. "Brother Jason, why are you so good to me?" I asked. He paused, then smiled. "Because you're the most important person to me." The most important person. A wave of warmth surged in my heart. In this world, someone still regarded me as their most important person. That feeling of being cherished brought me great comfort. After breakfast, Jason suggested we go for a walk. The weather is so nice today, staying indoors isn't good for you, he said. I thought about it and nodded. We drove to the city center park, where many people were doing morning exercises. Seeing those lively individuals improved my mood somewhat. Serena, do you want to go to an amusement park? Jason asked suddenly. An amusement park? I was surprised. We're adults now, still going to amusement parks? Who says adults can't go to amusement parks? He said with a laugh. Come on, let's relive our childhood. His words amused me, and I nodded. The amusement park wasn't crowded, most visitors were parents with children. Jason took me on many rides: the carousel, the Ferris wheel, the roller coaster. I hadn't laughed so happily in a long time. At the top of the Ferris wheel, gazing at the city below, I suddenly felt that the world was vast and my troubles were small. Serena, you seem much happier, Jason said. Yes, I nodded. Thank you for bringing me here. Serena, I have something to tell you, he said suddenly, his tone serious. What is it? I looked at him. I'm going back to work at the head office and may have to leave the city, he said. My heart sank. When? Next month, he said. The company needs me to lead an important project. Oh, I lowered my head, my mood suddenly plummeting. Just when I'd found someone to rely on, he was leaving again. Serena, if you're willing, you can come with me, he said. A change of environment, a fresh start. I looked up at him, my emotions a tangled mix. Brother Jason, I can't go with you, I said. I still have many things to sort out. I know, he nodded. So I won't force you. But Serena, remember, no matter where you are, I'll support you. As the Ferris wheel slowly descended, my mood sank with it. Why does life always do this? Offer a glimmer of hope, only to snatch it away? After returning from the amusement park, my spirits remained low. My mother noticed something was off. Serena, what's wrong? Nothing, I said. I just want to be alone for a while. Back in my room, I lay on the bed, lost in thought. If Jason left, who could I rely on? My parents wanted me to reconcile with Ethan, but that was no longer possible. Was I to face everything alone? At that moment, my phone rang. It was Bianca. I glanced at it but didn't answer. Yet she called again soon after. Irritated, I picked up. What is it? Serena, I'm in the hospital. Bianca's voice was weak. The doctor says my condition isn't good. I might not be able to keep the baby. I was taken aback. What do you mean? The doctor says my body has always been weak, and with my unstable emotions these past few days, there are signs of a miscarriage, she said. Serena, I'm so scared. I held the phone, my feelings conflicted. Though I resented her betrayal, hearing this softened my heart. Which hospital are you in? I asked. City Center Hospital, she said. Serena, can you come see me? I'm so scared alone. I hesitated, then finally said, okay, I'll come right away. After hanging up, I sighed. I knew I was foolish caring for her despite the hurt she'd caused me. But a friendship from childhood isn't so easily severed. I drove to the hospital and found Bianca's ward. She lay in bed, pale and frail looking. Serena, you came, she said, her eyes lighting up upon seeing me. What did the doctor say? I asked. The doctor said I need bed rest and must avoid emotional stress, she replied. But Serena, I'm so worried. What if I can't keep this baby? She began to cry as she spoke. I looked at Bianca's pale face, my emotions a tangled mess. Though I hated her betrayal, seeing her so weak softened my resolve. Don't cry, it's bad for your health, I said. Didn't the doctor say to keep your emotions stable? Serena, I knew you were the best, Bianca said, grasping my hand. I know I let you down, but I really need your forgiveness. I looked at her hand, the one that once interlocked with mine as we swore to be sisters forever. Bianca, I won't stop you from having this child, I said. But our friendship can never return to what it was. Panic flashed in Bianca's eyes. Serena, you can't say that. We grew up together. It's precisely because we grew up together that I can't forgive your betrayal, I said. Bianca, you, more than anyone, know how much I loved Ethan. The ward fell silent. After a long while, Bianca spoke. Serena, what if I said I was a victim too? I frowned. What do you mean? That night, someone drugged my drink, Bianca said. When I woke up, I found myself with Ethan, and I was shocked too. I suspect it was deliberate, Bianca said. Serena, think about it. If I really wanted to steal your boyfriend, would I choose the day before your engagement party? Her words plunged me into thought. Indeed, if Bianca truly wanted to take Ethan, she'd had plenty of opportunities. Why choose this moment? Do you have any suspects? I asked. Bianca shook her head. I don't know. But Serena, I hope you believe me. I never intended to betray you. I looked at her, my resolve wavering. If what she said was true, were we both victims? At that moment, the ward door opened, and Ethan walked in. Seeing me there, he paused. Serena, why are you here? He asked. I came to see Bianca, I said. How is her condition? The doctor says she needs to stay for observation for a few days, Ethan said, then turned to Bianca. How are you feeling? Much better, Bianca replied. Having Serena here with me has improved my mood. Ethan looked at me, his eyes filled with complex emotions. Serena, can we talk privately? He said. I hesitated, then nodded. We stepped into the corridor, and Ethan spoke. Serena, what did Bianca tell you? He asked. She said her drink was drugged that night, I said. Is it true? Ethan's expression shifted. She told you that? So it's true? I pressed. Ethan was silent for a long time, then nodded. Yes, I also suspect it was intentional. Then why didn't you tell me sooner? I asked. Because no matter what, I hurt you, he said. Even if it was a setup, I failed to protect you and our relationship. I looked at him, my mind growing more confused. If it was truly a setup, then we were all victims. But the damage was done. Could it be undone? After returning from the hospital, I kept thinking about what Bianca and Ethan had said. If someone had indeed orchestrated this, who could it be? Why would they want to ruin my relationship with Ethan? After much deliberation, I decided to discuss it with Jason. I called him, and he arrived promptly. Serena, you look troubled, he said. I told him what I'd heard at the hospital. Do you think what they said is true? I asked. Jason frowned. Serena, even if it's true, what difference does it make? The outcome is the same. But if they're victims too? Serena, Jason interrupted. Do you still want to go back to him? The question stunned me. Did I want to return to Ethan? Thinking of those 5 years of happy times still pained my heart. But recalling the humiliation at the engagement party filled me with reluctance. I don't know, I said honestly. Jason looked at me, his eyes harboring emotions I couldn't decipher. Serena, if you want to know the truth, I can help you investigate, he said. Really? I was surprised. Yes, he nodded. But Serena, you need to be prepared. Some truths may be harsher than you imagine. His words made my heart sink. Do you know something? I asked. Jason shook his head. I don't know anything, I just feel things aren't as simple as they seem. The next day, Jason began his investigation. I waited at home for the results. 3 days later, he came to see me, his expression grim. Serena, I've uncovered some things, he said. But I hope you're mentally prepared. My heart leapt to my throat. Tell me. That night, someone did drug Bianca's drink, Jason said. And I found out who did it. Who? I asked urgently. Jason was silent for a long time, then said, "It was your mother." I felt the world spin, nearly losing my balance. "What did you say?" I looked at him in disbelief. "Serena, your mother was never satisfied with Ethan, she thought he wasn't good enough for you," Jason said. "So she orchestrated this to make you break up." I collapsed onto the sofa, feeling as though my entire world had crumbled. My mother, the person I trusted most, was the mastermind behind it all? "Impossible, this can't be," I said, shaking my head. "My mother couldn't do this." "Serena, I have evidence," Jason said, pulling out a recorder. "This is a recording I obtained from a hotel staff member." The recording played my mother's voice, "Put this in Bianca's drink, and make sure no one finds out." Hearing that familiar voice, tears streamed down my face uncontrollably. Why? Why would my mother do this? She knew how much I loved Ethan. Why would she destroy my happiness? "Serena, I know this is hard to accept," Jason said, sitting beside me and gently stroking my back. "But that's the truth." I looked up at him, a sudden thought occurring to me. "Brother Jason, why did you investigate this?" I asked. "Weren't you afraid I'd return to Ethan once I knew the truth?" Jason paused, then gave a bitter smile. "If you truly love him, I won't stand in your way." His words deepened my sorrow. Why was it that the only person in the world so good to me was someone I couldn't love? "Brother Jason, I'm sorry," I said. "Silly, what are you apologizing for?" he said. "Serena, no matter what decision you make, I'll support you." After learning the truth, I was a wreck. I locked myself in my room, unwilling to see anyone. My mother knocked. "Serena, come out for dinner." I didn't respond. I didn't know how to face her, the one who had personally destroyed my happiness. The next day, Ethan came to see me. My mother told him I didn't want to see anyone, but he insisted. Eventually, I met with him. "Serena, you know the truth now?" he asked. I nodded, not wanting to speak. "Serena, can we start over?" he said. "Since we're both victims?" "Ethan," I interrupted. "Even if we're both victims, the damage is done." "But Serena, we love each other." "Love?" I gave a bitter smile. "If you truly loved me, why didn't you push Bianca away that night?" Ethan fell silent. "Even if you were drugged, people don't completely lose their senses," I said. "If I were in your heart, that wouldn't have happened." "Serena. And why didn't you tell me the truth all these days?" I continued. "If Jason hadn't found out, would you have never told me?" Ethan lowered his head. "Ethan, there's no trust left between us," I said. "Without trust, can it still be called love?" "Serena, I can earn your trust again," he said. "No need," I shook my head. "I'm tired, I don't want to be entangled anymore." After Ethan left, I called Jason. "Brother Jason, when are you leaving?" I asked. "Next week," he said. "Serena, have you thought it through?" "I want to go with you," I said. There was a pause on the line, then Jason's joyful voice, "Really?" "Really," I said. "I want to leave this place and start anew." "Good, I'll wait for you," he said. After hanging up, I began packing my luggage. At that moment, my mother pushed the door open. "Serena, what are you doing?" she asked. "Packing," I said. "I'm leaving this place." My mother's expression changed. "Where are you going?" "With brother Jason to another city," I said. "No," my mother said agitatedly. "Serena, you can't leave home for a man." I stopped what I was doing and turned to look at her. "Mom, what right do you have to say that?" I said coldly. "You destroyed my relationship with your own hands, and now you want to stop me from making my choice?" My mother was stunned. "Serena, you know?" "Yes, I know everything," I said. "Mom, why did you do this?" My mother was silent for a long time, then sat on the bed. Serena, I did it for your own good, she said. Ethan isn't a good match, he's too outstanding, and such men aren't faithful. So you set us up to break up? I asked. Mom, do you realize you didn't just ruin my relationship with him, but also my friendship with Bianca? My mother lowered her head. I didn't expect it to turn out like this. What's the use of saying that now? I said. Mom, I won't forgive you. Serena. I'm leaving, I continued packing. I never want to return to this home. Serena, calm down, my mother said anxiously. You can't leave home over this. I am calm, I said. Mom, thank you for showing me what family really means. Tears welled in her eyes, but I no longer wanted to look at her. 3 days later, Jason and I left the city together. Before departing, Bianca called me. Serena, I heard you're leaving, she asked. Yes, I said. Serena, can you forgive me? Her voice was frail. I know I let you down, but our friendship. Bianca, we're both victims, I said. I don't blame you, but we can't go back to how things were. Serena. Take good care of yourself and the child, I said, then hung up. As the plane took off, I gazed out the window at the city shrinking below, my emotions a complex blend. Goodbye to this place that held so many memories. Goodbye to those I once thought would be with me for life. Jason held my hand. Serena, things will get better. I nodded, tears in my eyes, but they were no longer tears of sadness, rather, a farewell to the past and an anticipation for the future. Brother Jason, thank you, I said. Silly, no need to be polite with me, he said. Serena, give me some time to show you what true love is. Looking into his gentle eyes, a warmth swelled in my heart. Perhaps true love isn't a blazing passion but a steady companionship. Perhaps the one who truly loves me has always been by my side. Serena's perspective. 3 years later, Jason and I built our home in another city. We had our own company, our own life. I finally understood what happiness is. Happiness isn't about gaining the world's attention, but having someone willing to share life's quiet moments with you. Sometimes I think of the past Ethan, Bianca, my mother. But those are now behind me, and I no longer grieve over them. I've realized the best revenge isn't hatred, but living happier than before. Jason came in and saw me lost in thought on the balcony. What are you thinking about? He asked, hugging me from behind. Our future, I said. Brother Jason, will we always be this happy? Yes, he whispered in my ear. Because we truly love each other. I leaned into his embrace, gazing at the distant sunset. Indeed, only those who truly love each other can make it to the end. The pain and betrayal of the past have become stepping stones in my life, making me cherish my current happiness all the more. Thank you, Ethan, for your betrayal, which led me to true love. Thank you, Jason, for your patience, which helped me understand what true love really is. Life is like that: you lose some things, you gain others. What matters is learning to cherish what you have now.